Do I still not like these fragrances? We're gonna revisit 5 fragrances in my collection that from the very start I didn't really care for. First, we're gonna go with a really popular one, Prada Luna Rosa Black. I mean, I think it's better than I remember it because what I remember for the most part, it's like burnt rubber. It doesn't have that smell like specifically as much anymore, but I'm still not on board. If anything, to me, it kind of just smells like a creamier burnt rubber, which is a shame because I know how popular this is, but I just still can't get on board. Next up, I had a lot of high hopes for this one, Boss Bottled Oud Saffron. I mean, it's not terrible. It's very much saffron forward, which I thought was like its main downfall back in the day. It's definitely on the warm, spicy side of things. It is not nearly as cloying as I remember it, but it's still one of those that I probably wouldn't really recommend for a lot of people out there. Unless you're trying to go for that like super masculine, super spicy kind of feel, in which case, you know, have at it. Up next, we've got the very popular clone of Sauvage Elixir by Lattafa, and it is Assad. Okay, it's actually not as bad as I remember. So quick disclaimer, I'm actually not a huge fan of Sauvage Elixir, mainly because it comes off like obnoxiously loud and like spicy and just a bit much. Not to mention people out here spraying like 5 sprays going into the office in the middle of summer. Like, dude, you have no idea what you're doing with your life. You are giving everyone in the office a headache, and I'm not the only person that thought that. But back to this, I'm actually kind of warming up to it right now. Even up to recently, I'd always say this is kind of like a lower quality, spicier version of the original, which, I mean, it is definitely, I think, spicier, but I wouldn't say it's so much like lower quality. It feels more balanced out than I remember, but maybe because it's just like been sitting there macerating for like the last year. Not gonna lie, this kind of redeemed itself. Up next, we got a classic with low DC Pour Homme. I mean, it's okay still. I never really thought it was like bad, but I just always thought it was just kind of like a very dry, kind of boring yuzu. I get a lot of flack every time I say that about this fragrance, and it still kind of does ring true. Does it smell bad? No. Are there better options out there? I still think so. I do think it smells better than when I first got it, but it's still not going to be one of those that I'm reaching for often. Last, and maybe least, we've got Lalique's Encre Noir. I mean, it still kind of just smells like dark, earthy woods. And sure, there's definitely a market for that, but it still just kind of smells like dark woods kind of just covered in like dark mud. Me personally, I really just don't see the appeal in that kind of scent profile, and you know, to each their own and everything, but like, this is just not one that I'm really ever gonna wear. So out of those 5 fragrances, 2 kind of did redeem themselves. I'm sure no one disagrees with my opinions, but what did you guys think about this list? Do you like, love, or even hate the fragrances on this list? I'd love to hear your experience on like when you bought these or when you smelled these. Let me know in the comments, and like and follow for more fragrance content like this.